more than crazy, you know? Like, I felt like he was so dependent on Allah that he didn't make, like, rational decisions. Like, he only accepted their mother into the family if he could teach her children to love Allah, and
I really know you.
and he felt like Allah was, but he felt like Allah was gonna make everything better, and which is part of the reason why he didn't want to do anything, because he was so dependent on his Allah that he just like didn't want to put things into his own hands.
Which is kind of like the debate people have over whether there is a God, and if there is a God, how he or she, if you believe in she, is like helping us, you know, or if they're just kind of sitting up there.
And faith.
Like, yeah, fate. Like, is there really a God or gods that change our fate, that change our lives to for whatever they want? Do they have? Huh?
And the world.
Yeah, and the world. Or are we really alone down here? You know, do we really make our own fate? Like, people say that, oh, you can change your mind whenever you want to. But then is that your fate that you're going to change your mind? Is that a God changing your mind? Is that a God changing your path or whatever? So that's kind of like, Cito is like, God controls everything no matter what you're going to do. No matter what you do, God is going to fix it, you know, or change it or whatever. And then Amohani and Baba are like, we need to do something now. We need to do something because we can't wait for someone we don't even know if they exist to do something.
Here on page 159, Jonathan is talking. It says he stops smiling. You do bad things. You're the ones who do bad things. You don't recognize our country. You come into our towns with your suicide bombers. You kill innocent people, women, children in schools. I don't kill. I am a shepherd. Not you, he said, his voice losing its anger. Of course I don't mean you. I mean Palestinians. I mean terrorists. I am no terrorist. My family is no terrorist. You steal our land. You put my Amo Hani in prison. You make us hate you. We fight Israel.
She left to Paul.
Yeah, that part. But like, it seems like both sides have like pretty legit reasons to be mad at each other, and I think since we're reading it from the point of view of somebody who's Palestinian, we feel more sympathy for her. But I think it would be interesting to read a book from the point of view from someone from Israeli, because
It's told from a Palestinian girl's perspective, just as if you were writing a book about how you were mad at Dare, you would be, I guess, biased to yourself because you are you know?
yeah.
So I don't think it's really biased, it's just telling it from your point of view.
And
I love the Produce, I think it's called, how it's almost like a piece of the land was passed down from her grandfather to her. That was, this was gonna say, it kind of reminds me of The Alchemist, because they're reading about like the universal language. He's talking about the universal language that everyone speaks, no matter what language you speak.
it's like the language of Alchemist.
Yeah.
That was what it's called.
Because it's like almost like she and the wolf had a sort of communication, because they could live in harmony and he would eat her sheep. And then another thing I love was that how she and Jonathan communicated, because her English was very good but still not great, and she spoke in like broken English, but he still could understand her and they could still communicate to each other without getting every single word out, which is kind of showing how if the settlers and if the Palestinians had stopped and tried to speak to each other, this fighting wouldn't have happened, even though they speak different languages. You can't use that as an excuse. It can't be, excuse though she speaks whatever and someone else speaks something else, you can still communicate.